Welcome back. Ready for more e-commerce storytelling?
Oh, yeah, I'm already thinking about all the things we can do.
Part one got me super inspired, but I need more. It's like,
Oh.
how do we actually weave in those brand values and personal touches without being cheesy?
You hit the nail on the head. It's a fine line.
Right. We want to connect, but not sound fake.
Remember the expert talking about the why behind the product?
Yeah, go beyond just the features.
Let's say you sell fair trade coffee. Instead of stating that, tell a story about the farmers.
Oh, I get it. So instead of ethically sourced, describe the impact.
Yes. Maybe even a quote from a farmer, how it's helped their community.
That's so much more powerful.
It shows transparency, shared values. Customers care about that.
Totally. It's like bringing the customer on the journey with you. But words can only do so much right. How do we make those descriptions really come alive?
Think sensory language.
Ooh, I love that. Painting a picture with words.
Imagine you're selling a hand-knit wool blanket. Instead of just saying soft, you describe...
Oh, I know. Describe the feeling of snuggling under it, that weight, the scent of the wool, the warmth.
You got it. You're creating a sensory experience.
It's not just a blanket, it's a feeling.
Exactly.
Makes me realize how much we rely on visual cues, but online we have to create that with words.
True. And speaking of online, reading on a screen can be tough.
Yeah, how do we make sure our descriptions are easy to read?
Structure. The expert recommends formatting them like a news article.
Interesting. So start with the most important info, like a headline.
Right. Grab their attention, clearly convey the benefit.
Okay, something like experience unmatched comfort with our hand-knit wool blanket. Boom.
You got it. Then dive into the details, sourcing, craftsmanship, features, but
Keep it concise. Bullet points, subheadings, make it scannable.
exactly. Give the highlights, then let them explore further if they want.
Okay, I like that. Respecting people's time.
Exactly.
Reminds me of those limited time offer emails.
Oh, yeah, creating that urgency.
Can we do that with storytelling without being so pushy?
That's where scarcity comes in. Let's say you're selling a handmade necklace. Talk about the limited quantity, how each one is unique.
Oh, so instead of just the beauty, you emphasize the rarity.
Yeah, if you don't act now, you might miss out.
Okay, I see. Taps into that fear of missing out. But gotta be authentic.
Definitely no pressure tactics.
You know, I always struggle with testimonials.
They can be tricky.
Feels forced sometimes. How do we use them well?
It's about showcasing real experiences. Instead of saying your product is amazing, let your customers tell the story.
So, for our coffee example, instead of best coffee ever, a customer raves about the aroma, the flavor.
Exactly. They describe how it's become part of their routine, how it brightens their day.
Okay, that's much more convincing. Social proof in action.
Right.
But how do we inject our brand personality without being awkward?
The expert had a surprising suggestion. Humor.
Oh, like a well-placed joke.
Yeah, a witty observation makes your brand feel more relatable.
I love that. Breaks down that wall a bit. But tone is important.
Definitely has to be genuine.
And metaphors, similes.
Yes, like this moisturizer feels like a cool breeze on your skin.
Or, this blender can crush ice like a superhero. Okay, I'm getting carried away.
It's fun, right? Those comparisons help people visualize.
They do. And remember, storytelling can address objections too.
Ah, yes.
Right.
Like for a high-priced item.
Acknowledge the price, but talk about the craftsmanship, the quality, the value.
It's an investment, but here's why it's worth it.
Transparency, building trust. Love it.
It's all connected.
You know, we've talked about so many techniques.
There's a lot to take in.
No one size fits all.
Exactly. Understanding your audience is key.
Everything we do, the language, the stories, should resonate with them.
Putting ourselves in their shoes, understanding their needs, desires.
And then telling a story that speaks directly to them.
Like having a conversation, sharing why it's perfect for them.
That personal touch is everything.
Yeah.
So why do you think storytelling is so crucial in e-commerce, especially now?
I think it comes down to human connection.
We're bombarded with ads and messages all the time.
It's the stories that cut through the noise.
Moving beyond just the transaction, building a relationship.
Exactly. When you tell a good story, you invite them in.
Sharing your passion, your values, your unique perspective.
Making your brand human, relatable.
And that builds trust, loyalty, success. I'm really starting to understand the power of it.
Me too. It's more than marketing, it's about connection.
Creating an experience, a community, a shared purpose.
And that's so valuable, especially in today's digital world.
Couldn't agree more. So before we wrap up part 2, what are some of those compelling brand stories you've seen?
For me, it's brands with a strong sense of purpose, committed to making a positive impact.
I love those. Sustainability, ethical sourcing, supporting causes. It shows they care.
And I love brands with a sense of humor don't take themselves too seriously.
It's so refreshing. Like they're in on the joke with
Oh,
you.
exactly. It creates a sense of camaraderie.
Makes them feel human.
For sure.
All right, great examples. We've covered a lot in part 2, sensory language, structure, personality. But there's one final piece.
The actual writing process.
All these techniques are great, but...
If the writing is bad, it won't matter.
Exactly. We need to make sure it's clear, concise, engaging.
And authentic. We'll dive into all that in part 3. Stay tuned.
Can't wait.